guess the places that I've been. You never guess the places that I've been. 'Cause everything is like a dream, yeah, but only in that dream that I live in. I'm never gonna let the day begin. Never gonna let the day begin. 'Cause everything is like a dream, yeah, but only in that dream that I live in. Oh, don't wake me up before you go, and I'll just make this bed my home. Oh, darling, please just let me sleep. Give me my dreams. Better from above. Nothing's ever as it seems, yeah, except in that world that I dream of. Never gonna lose the ones I love. Never gonna lose the ones I love. 'Cause everything is like a dream, yeah, but only in that world that I dream of. Oh, don't up before you go, 'cause I can't face this day alone. Oh, darling, please just let me sleep. Give me my dreams. Give me my dreams. Give me my dreams.
Hump Day, midweek coming on. Yeah, looking at the 29th day of September. Yeah. Winding things down in short order as we roll toward October. What's going on tonight? Ever have that feeling you're running a step or two behind? I think everything's par for the course. Got everything set? Cross over the midnight hour in the Eastern Time Zone. Welcome, welcome. Another edition of the Steve Sommers Overnight Drive. Live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios. Secret bunker. So a very warm night tonight. Boy, still way above normal temperatures in the northern plains. Yeah, we're talking, you're running like 20 degrees above normal tonight. Some places, temperatures started rising over the past weekend. We've talked the last couple of evenings about those 90-degree temperatures in parts of the Dakotas. Rapid City, South Dakota, Bismarck, North Dakota, both saw temperatures around 90. Sunday, Monday, it was the same story on Tuesday. Yeah, that trend continued, once again surpassing the 90-degree mark. Believe it or not, Dickinson, North Dakota, hit 100 degrees this past day, breaking the record for the latest 100-degree day on record. Previously, the latest in the year that Dickinson reached the 100 mark was September the 16th back in 1948. Now, the National Weather Service describes, of course, a heat wave, more than 2 days in a row with abnormally hot weather. Normal temperatures within a few degrees of 70 for much of the northern plains would be typical this time of year. Areas from Colorado to western Montana seen temperatures 10 to 15 degrees above the norm as we started the new week. Now, cities that approached or even surpassed record levels on Monday include Casper and Cheyenne, Wyoming, Rapid City, Kansas City, St. Louis, Missouri, Billings and Bozeman, Montana, even Des Moines, Iowa, and Omaha, Nebraska. So as we head into midweek here, Wednesday, today's anticipated to be the last day of record-challenging warmth across the region as the number of records begin to dwindle. Much cooler, more seasonable air, with some showers and thunderstorms are going to push from the northern Rockies to the northern high plains here at midweek. Minneapolis, you could have a shot at reaching record temperatures today. Forecast highs are in the middle 80s. The record high would be 89. So it's going to be kind of a stretch to reach that. Now, even for those who don't look at record temperatures, still going to be another warm one. Chicago to Indianapolis, soaring into the upper 70s, lower 80s. This heat anomaly, what's causing this? Well, there's an area of low pressure across the southwest and a potent storm moving through the northwest, working together. That's all shoving an area of high pressure into the central states. That high pressure is keeping the precip to a minimum in those areas, so the drought conditions are actually getting worse there. If you're dreaming of some cool fall-like weather, this stretch is not going to last much longer. After today and into Thursday, we're going to see a decline pretty dramatic in some areas as that cold front's going to push through the northern states later today. That'll break the heat and bring temperatures down to what would be more typical for this time of year. By Thursday, forecasters are expecting temperatures in the lower 60s for highs in places like Denver, which would actually be well below average for the end of September. Finally, temperatures get back to normal across the eastern portions of the region, including places like Chicago, by the weekend. So it has been kind of a crazy roller coaster ride. Meanwhile, the last couple of nights have been pretty subtle as far as precip over most of the country. That's kind of changing tonight with some showers and thunderstorms, some pockets of heavier rain. Austin, Texas, you're in the torrential rains. Not quite as far north as Dallas. We have some additional showers and thunderstorms bubbling through southern portions of Oklahoma tonight. Toward the Oklahoma-Texas line, back into southwestern Oklahoma, some clusters of thunderstorms in the mix there. That's the beginning of a surge of rainfall across the southern plains and the south central states as the winds are going to be bringing moisture in from the Gulf of Mexico. So rainfall amounts for the center of the U.S. that could produce some flash flooding here. The overall pattern in the plains is going to be fairly stationary. So where these thunderstorms do develop, they kind of park over the same area, and they could be there for a couple of days. That pattern is being slowed by blocking from systems further to the east. In a typical weather pattern, these storms would likely get shoved eastward, the typical flow from the atmosphere. But not in this case. Moisture from the Gulf of Mexico will be held in place over top of the south central region, allowing showers and thunderstorms to repeatedly impact much of Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, and Arkansas each day for the rest of this week. Through the day today and Thursday, showers and thunderstorms are going to stretch further northward into the plains. Not only will the day-to-day thunderstorms allow for heavier rainfall totals, but there's that risk for what they call the training of storms on any given day. When storms train, they move over the same region in a relatively short period of time. Kind of like the way a train moves over the tracks repeatedly. This means that During a particular afternoon, thunderstorms could repeatedly hit the same areas, causing flash flooding. Flash flooding occurs within 6 hours of heavy or excessive rainfall, according to the National Weather Service. Due to the sudden nature of this phenomenon, forecasters are urging residents and obviously travelers in that region, make sure you have a way to receive your weather warnings. Avoid going into basements or anywhere underground if a flash flood watch or warning has been issued. Of course, motorists never drive through the flooded roadways. Beware of changing visibilities. All right, one potential bright spot with the rain is that it's headed to places that have been fairly dry, drier than normal anyway, for the month of September. Most of the rain will likely hit areas where drought has begun to reemerge in recent weeks. Places like Oklahoma City, you haven't had measurable rain, believe it or not, since September the 4th. So you're at just less than 10% of your average rainfall for the month of September, and it's about, September's about to wind down. Tulsa, Oklahoma, 3% of your average September rain. Matter of fact, 40% of the state of Oklahoma is in moderate drought right now. Everybody running behind your monthly rainfall averages. Oftentimes, drought-ridden areas can be at a greater risk of flooding because the ground is very dry, has difficulty absorbing the heavy rain, especially when it initially begins to fall, so the water builds up on top of the earth. That causes flooding. Not all areas in the central U.S. need rain, though. Some parts of the Gulf Coast region have had more than their fair share of rain. Southeastern Texas and western Louisiana, you're going to be getting more rain after you had hits from the tropical season. As we know, New Orleans has had over 7 inches of rain in the month of September. Most of that was from Hurricane Nicholas. Brought heavy rain shortly after making landfall there in Texas. Now, as we head toward the home stretch, the end of the week, rain's not going to come to a halt. Forecasters are also monitoring a low-pressure area that's going to move across the southwest this weekend, which is anticipated to weaken as it moves east into early next week. But this low pressure is going to be drawing a good amount of moisture from Mexico, transporting it north into the southern plains. The greatest amount of precip will probably occur with this system across western Texas and Oklahoma, with these storms continuing to train and bringing that risk of flash flooding in those areas. Looking at, from Denison, Ardmore, Oklahoma, you're in some of the heavier rains. Back into southwestern portions of Oklahoma tonight. Some of the areas, from Sentinel to Hobart, down to Blair, Oklahoma. Showers and thunderstorms, some of those dropping some pretty torrential rains. Get down into southern Texas, though. Yeah, I mentioned from Waco to Killeen to Austin you'll see some rain in San Antone as well. But some torrential rains, most of it still just to the north of I-10 right now. Put things in motion. What directions is all kind of moving? Not a whole lot of movement, but just as the development continues, gradual progression to the east and northeast. But we're not going to see any fast transition of this heavy rain moving off to the east. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some flash flooding advisories coming out of parts of Texas during the overnight hours tonight with this torrential rain. All right, underway on a Mike Wednesday. Yes, indeed, hump day coming on here. Who's jumped on board right out of the box? Hank, good morning. Good to have you with us. Hello to John, morning, Steve, and all the trucking family. Yeah, John goes by Yogi Bear. Hey, boo-boo, Yogi Bear checking in. Captain Ron is on board. Richard, morning from Central Florida, 72 degrees at this hour. Bill's on board. Andy, our friend there north of the border, they've got their first frost coming tonight. Boy, that's, again, they're in Canada. Bama checking in from Tuscaloosa, headed over to Mississippi after a 4-day weekend. Yeah, back on the job. Everybody have a great day. Let's see. Hello to Deborah. Morning from Indiana. Beautiful fall weather here. Have a great morning. Be safe out there. Tank checking in from New Mexico. Happy hump day. I'm rolling east through Albuquerque, headed for the home 20. Looking forward to our time off when we get back to the home 20. Everybody truck safe. Have a great day. Hello to the drug runner checking in from Nashville. 66 clear tonight. That's what I call some good trucking weather. Yes, indeed. Larry, afternoon to all, 55 degrees in Danbury, Connecticut tonight. Crazy Ray, morning all, and Mr. Sommers, West Michigan checking in. 55 degrees, a cool night. Happy hump day. James, morning from Woodstock, Georgia. In the 80s here all week. Dale checking in from Daytona Beach, Florida, where it's 77 and clear. Let's have a safe night. Hello to Keith on board from Tacoma, Washington. 53 degrees. Lauren Weiss, two-time world champion bull hauler. Morning, Steve. Shout out to the Carolina Monkey Gouger from Plummerville, Arkansas tonight. Yeah, that bull hauler's been making his way. He's been all over the country in recent days. Let me see. Hello to Timothy this morning. Good to have you with us. Fuzzy is on board. Hello, Steve. Nice Facebook picture of the family. Working Texas, heading north, 78 degrees at the midnight hour. Everybody be safe out there. All right, and there's the Michigan Madman. Hello, everyone out there, trucking safe. Hope everybody's having a good week. I'll call in one of these days. All right, we'll look forward to that. Michigan Madman, he checks in every now and again. Copy in the mail, Chevy guy. Let's see. Zoltan said, Vegas needs some rain. I don't know, maybe you'll get some of that with that system coming off the southwest here later this week into the weekend. Good morning from Kingston, Georgia. There's the hired gun checking in there. Oh, Fly Rod's on board. Morning, everybody. A cool 62 degrees here in Atlanta, Georgia. All right. Thanks for all those checking in as we roll out of the box on a Wednesday morning. It was a busy, busy day. Testimony in our nation's capital. Yeah, the generals being questioned. And, well, not surprising. Somebody wasn't listening to the generals, apparently. If the generals are telling the truth. Under their sworn testimony, Milley and some of the others say they were advising the Biden administration to keep some troops on the ground in Afghanistan. Now, Joe Biden says and has repeatedly said he was not given that advice. Is Joe lying? Or is Joe's cognitive ability to the point where he just doesn't remember what the general's advice to him was? Some of the questions that were raised this past day as I tuned into some of that testimony. We'll break it down for you. Then, of course, they're calling it the Build Back Better. That's the Democrat plan. We're going to build back better. $3.5 trillion in spending. Yeah, it's a nice name, but it is far from anything that's going to be building this country back better. And it's going to hit each and every one of us in the pocketbook. We'll break it down. Of course, while you listen to the sound bites from the mainstream, the left-leaning media, highlighting it's not going to cost us this $3.5 trillion spending bill. It's not going to cost us a penny. I don't know. They're magically whipping up $3.5 trillion. Far from that. Lots to cover. We'll get to our industry headlines. Top out of the box. I had not caught Inside Edition. Didn't even realize that show was still running after all these years. Apparently, they did a bit of a hit piece on the trucking industry in a recent episode. As in, You're out of control. Runaway trucks flying down the highway, plowing into cars. Yeah, we'll break that down. Yeah, typical hit piece from the mainstream media. So again, lots to cover here. Round the country, our number, as always, 844-844-3388. It is the Steve Sommers Overnight Drive live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios.
Live from the Hot Shot Secret Studios, the Steve Sommers Overnight Drive.
Some say their truck reflects who they are, dependable and reliable. That's why you trust Blue Def. Now the best just got better. Introducing Blue Def Platinum, a revolutionary innovation with advanced system shield technology to significantly reduce harmful deposits. To maintain fuel economy, save money on costly repairs, and sustain the life of your SCR system, there's only one DEF to choose. Blue Def Platinum. The best just got better.
For anything diesel, take it to Scheid Diesel. They provide a wide variety of services and diagnostics to determine what the problem is with the latest technology. From simple oil changes and preventative maintenance to fuel system diagnostics and repairs, engine rebuilds and cylinder head repairs, and rebuilds with our in-house machine shop. They also have on-site DPF cleaning for exhaust issues and DOT inspections. If your diesel is asking for some attention, Scheid Diesel has the specialist you need for anything diesel. Located in Terre Haute and Lafayette, Indiana, and Effingham, Illinois, Scheid Diesel has you covered.
You work hard. You deserve a seat that works just as hard as you do. The Bostrom T-Series seat has provided drivers with comfort for millions of miles over the past 3 decades. Each seat is built right here in the USA and has 4-position front cushion tilt and higher low-profile air suspension with Isolate. It's also equipped with many